Summer Game Fest kicks off, Transformers brings back the Beast, and EA Sports hits a snag on a relaunch of a much-anticipated game series. I'm Lucas Pinkard for your Christian Nerd HQ download for June 8th, 2023.
Welcome to the Christian Nerd HQ download. The download.
Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest is happening right now. The show boasts an impressive list of game publishers, all making some announcements today. Hosted at YouTube Theater in LA, Summer Game Fest has all eyes seemingly on CD Projekt Red. The developer of the ambitious and heavily criticized Cyberpunk 2077 is believed to be announcing their first DLC for the game. With players seemingly satisfied with the game fixes, now might be the perfect time to re-energize players and even attract some new ones. EA Sports has hit a potential snag in the relaunch of its NCAA football game set to release next year. With new rules allowing college players to receive compensation for the use of their likeness, the game developer may have to go back to the drawing board unless it can reach an agreement with the College Football Players Association. Player redesigns and stats could be significantly changed to ensure that they do not reflect current players who have opted into the new NIL compensation available to them. While we're still in a wait-and-see process to see how things work out, as this is the very first time that college players have had the ability to be able to negotiate compensation for their likenesses in any kind of game, we hope that EA Sports can figure something out so that we can get back to playing a game that we love. Transformers Rise of the Beast hits theaters this weekend. The relaunch of the beloved Transformers franchise gives us characters never before seen on the silver screen from the Beast Wars animated show. Having been deemed a return to form, excitement for Rise of the Beast is higher than the franchise has seen in a while. And in anticipation of the film, we couldn't help but reflect on some of our favorite quotes from the previous Transformers movie. One in particular sticks out from Revenge of the Fallen, that fate rarely calls upon us at the moment of our choosing. Now, when this is said, it's said to Sam by Optimus Prime in order that Sam might rise to the occasion, and yet we see the same thing happen in a lot of biblical examples. Jonah wasn't really looking to go rescue the Ninevites and give them the message that would save them whenever he was chosen, and he chose to run away. But likewise, the Apostle Paul wasn't looking to bring the message of Christ whenever he was on the road to Damascus, and yet they were each chosen to do a work which God had prepared in advance for them to do. We even kind of see this feeling in the person of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane right before he was arrested. In Matthew 26:39, "My Father, if it's possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." It should be comforting for us to know that even Jesus was overwhelmed by the daunting task that lay before him. And that in that moment, he decided to go to God in prayer, and that a God that loves us, who protects our faith and cares for us, gave him the strength to do not necessarily what Jesus may have wanted at the time, not taking the cup away from him, because that would have meant that we don't have salvation through Christ because of his death and resurrection, but rather he gave him the strength to endure what was necessary that God's plan would be fulfilled. I pray that in whatever situation you're going through right now, that the Lord would give you the strength in order that you might be able to persevere and endure in a way that shows your faith, that you might be able to fulfill God's will in your life to the glory of our Father. That's it for Thursday's download. Make sure you check out the Fangirling Over Jesus podcast, where Ashley Cox talks about one of the major lessons that she picked out of the new Disney Little Mermaid movie, and the Reverend and the Reprobate show, which just dropped, where Danley and I interview Elvis and Charles Spurgeon impersonator Jeff Oliver. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and go check out our Facebook group so that you can stay up to date on all of the nerdy news from your favorite fandoms. For Christian Nerd HQ, I'm Lucas Pinkard. Peace and blessings.